Hello, I'm Phoenix Webb and I'm making this video from the comfort of my bedroom, my oversized t-shirt. And what I wanted to talk to you about today is introduce you to Karity. Karity is a relatively new makeup line. They have been around, I want to say, for 3 or 4 years now. I have quite, if I can pick them all up, the collection of their palettes. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, about 7 palettes plus the travel chamber with all my single shadows. You can get single shadows without any issues from Karity. You can choose all your own colors as I have done here, and you can see how many singles they hold in their travel chamber. They also have a small travel chamber. So they have that large one that holds all the shadows that you saw. Shadows are not included. And they also have a small one like this that holds 9. These are some old Makeup Revolution palettes. Sorry for the mirror and the glare of the light. But the thing about Karity is that they are exceptionally affordable. Most of their shadows, their singles, are between $4 and $6 each. They have great palettes like this one. My very first palette that I got from them, the Nudes and Nudes 21 Shadow Palette, if I can open it for you. And this is what it looks like. Just all your nice nudes that you can use, and the light is bright. It's blowing out some of the colors, but it will help you to create every single neutral, natural look you will ever want. And with some of the darks in here, some of the darker shadows, like on this bottom row here, you can also create smoky eyes as well as really nice sultry looks as well. I'm just going to take you through all the palettes that I have of theirs. There's only one palette I don't have of theirs yet, and I will get to that in a moment. The next palette I have to show you is their Smoky Palette. 21 shadows again, and this is what it looks like. You got some brights, you got some colors. It's just really pretty. You've got a mix of shimmers and mattes. They have 4 formulas, if I remember correctly. They have matte, shimmer, velvet, and I'm trying to remember the 4th one. Doesn't come to mind. Sorry. I will share with you the link once I am done with this. The 4th or the 3rd palette I have of theirs is their Posh Palette. It is very posh. A nice velvet cover. The back is, cardboard and standard. And this is what you see on the back of all of their palettes. All the colors, everything that they show. The original unicarton that these come in also shows you on the back all the colors and the names of the colors. I didn't show you the backs of the Nudes and Nudes or the Smoky Palette. This is the Nudes and Nudes on the back. Again, you see all the names of the colors. On the inside, it very clearly gives you the names of the colors as well, just as a sample. The Smoky Palette, they also have a matte version of the Smoky Palette. They also have a frost version. I have the matte version, which I will be showing you in a few. and they have a frost palette, which I will be purchasing in the near future as well. But again, every single palette, you know, it's cardboard, everything is clearly marked. On the back, you have all the colors in their orders, all their names, the unit carton. On the back of the unit carton, they show you all the colors and all the names, as well as all the names of the colors inside the palette, which I think is brilliant. These palettes, I want to say I got my first one for $22, $25. I think now they're about $25 or $27, but they come out with a lot of different sales, especially at the holidays. They traditionally have done a travel palette, and they sell a holiday edition of the travel palette rather, and they sell 9 singles each holiday season that you can pick up a palette plus the pack of 9 shadows to put in your travel chamber, which is really nice and economical. The Posh Palette, like I said, this one, again, got everything on the back. There was everything on the unit carton. This is, it comes with a mirror, so I will try to show you this. It'll be upside down, but everything, it's all enclosed or encapsulated in gold. Gold foil, I would have to say. You've got all these shadows here, 12 mini shadows, plus some larger shadows here, 6 of them, a highlighter and a contour. All of the shadows are named for classic Hollywood actresses. There is a mirror. Ooh, that looks nice. Sorry about that. I also have their Picante palette. Again, 21 shadows. This was the next palette. I'm showing you in the order of the palettes that I bought. And I have purchased their palettes over the last 2 or 3 years. I've posted photos on my Instagram, so if you want to see what those colors look like when they're swatched, just look at my photos. On the back, you got all your names. Inside, you have beautiful, beautiful shadows. And these, I mean, all of their shadows, what makes Karity so interesting, for about a $25 or $27 packet or palette, you're getting rich, gorgeous, pigmented colors. They go on beautifully. They blend without any issue. You don't have to use a primer with them if you don't want to, and they still stay on. They're gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I recently got their matte palette. Now I'm gonna, well, I don't know if I can put this back on. Yes, I can. All right. So this is the Smoky Matte palette. All the colors are right here. And this is new packaging, and this is also another reason why I wanted to get on here and talk about my Karity palettes, because when I got my very first palette, my Nudes and Rudes, it was a very plain unicarton. It was black and white with the gold writing. This is minimally raised writing on here, but you know, smooth, plain, not too much fanfare. It was just standard, right? Kind of plain, elegant, but plain. So now we get to this, and oh my goodness, all the writing is raised. Bright color on the sleeve here that moves up and down. It's all raised writing on this. Here tells you all the colors that's in it. On the back, all of this is raised, But again, you have all the colors shown true to their color and all the names on them. I'm finally going to take this off. Take it out of the carton. And here we have it. It's got this nice K rather than the white stripe with their name on it. And let me open it this way so the sheet doesn't go flying. The sheet, the plastic sheet, stays on by static electricity. That's awesome. But all of these colors, just gorgeous. And they are all matte. They're mattes, they're shimmers, completely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I love using their palettes. Their palettes, when I first started using their palettes, they reminded me of what MAC eyeshadows first felt like in the 90s. MAC was premier back then. All the pros used MAC. MAC was like your top shelf kind of makeup. Eyeshadows especially. No one had sold, yes, I'm fidgeting with my shirt. Up to that point, no one except, your Hollywood set had access to shadows like what MAC had. Years later, Morphe came out, and at their price point, they put out these really great shadows. They've changed their formula, Morphe has, and I complained about that in a YouTube video. But Karity shadows remind me very much of what MAC shadows were, and Karity is better than Morphe. They do not release palettes. I don't think they've done more than one palette a year since their very beginning. When I think they first got their site up, they had 2 palettes available. A few months later, they did smaller palettes of the same thing. There's a 15 pan palette of the Nudes and Nudes. There's also a 9 pan of the Nudes and Nudes. For the Smoky Palette, I think it was like 2 years, 1 or 2 years, before they came out with the matte Smoky Palette. The point is, they do not overwhelm consumers with too many palettes, which is wonderful, absolutely wonderful of them. Speaking of the 90s, they came out with this one, Come As You Are, just like the song by Nirvana. I thought this was adorable to come out with these 90s kind of colors. The 80s were bright. The 80s were probably best described by this palette. Come As You Are, very much inspired by the 90s. Colors became more muted. The makeup style was more subdued, shall I say. And this is cute. They got the little alien face and the little lightning bolt. And again, it's all raised on the unicarton. You got the colors on the back of the, not the unicarton, but on the actual palette. And you got the colors on the back. And I don't mind that the palettes are cardboard. They're good quality, they're well structured, they're not flimsy. They're even easy to clean, believe it or not. This one has a mirror, a small mirror. If I can do this without blinding. But this is the mirror, and here are the colors. This is a nice 15 pan, or excuse me, yes, 15 pan color palette, and this is exactly what the colors looked like in the 90s. Really, really nice. And then finally, what I will show you is their Rosé All Day. I think they came out with the Rosé palette last year when everybody was coming out with roses and pinks and what have you. Karity came out with theirs. And this is also a 15-pan palette. You got the sleeve, you got the raised writing here, you got the raised colors here. And this is just the unicarton. Excuse me. I like that their name is in gold, that they put it in, they've kept their name in gold. Every time you see Karity or the name of the company on all of their packaging, it's always been in gold. And I like that. And I'm just going to open this up, and I will probably go ahead and just swatch this for you. Just a few colors to show you what I'm talking about with their pigmentation. Okay, on the back, they're all raised, all the color names are there, and they are not shy about sharing their ingredients. So if you want to see what their ingredients are, you just look on the back, and you can look them up on Google. Just really good formulations. This has a mirror. I'm going to take the plastic sleeve off, and pink camo around the mirror. Sorry. And then all of your colors here. Let me go ahead and swatch this one. Just like that. One swipe. And it's pretty opaque. I'm going to take this one right here. This one is called Bottled Up. This first one that I swatched is Fun Day, I think. Let me double check that. Yep, Fun Day. This is the second color I'm going to swatch. And that's a nice neutral, kind of a peachy tan color. But look at that pigmentation. And the third one I'm going to swatch is one of these really glittery ones. I think I will do this one. It's kind of bronzy gold glitter. I mean, they feel creamy to the touch. That's the finger. Not the finger, but you know. And here it is on my skin. Look at that. And this palette was, I think, for this, it was either somewhere between $20 and $25 for a palette like this. You get nice pan sizes. It doesn't take a lot, you know, to go into the pan with a brush and brush it on. You don't have that with this palette or any of their other palettes. And also, they do lip products. They also just started doing eyeliners. They have 3 kinds of eyeliners as well. Their lips, I have on Molly. I'm wearing one of them right now. Are you Molly? No, you're not. Here's Molly. This is the one I'm wearing right now, currently. So I have 5 of them all together. And this is what they all look like. Again, I have done swatches of these. It's in my Instagram profile. Just go to my profile, check them out. Here are the 5 that I currently have in my collection of theirs. And their lip products are nominally priced as well. So, anyway, if you're looking for good, inexpensive palettes that pack a punch color-wise and pigmentation-wise, that last a long time during the day. You don't have to fuss with the blending. You don't have to wear a primer with it. If those are palettes that you would like to purchase and you don't want to spend a lot of money on a palette, check out Karity. Karity. Karity.com. All right. Enjoy, and thank you for spending some time with me. And y'all be good.